Well, welcome back everyone. We have a new project that I'm going to be starting. I got the bike out. I'm going to be riding that this year. But I picked up a snow cab. And I've been wanting to put one on my snow plowing tractor. I was going to make one, but I never got around to it. Anyway, this was on Facebook and it was 20 bucks. And it's got a fiberglass top on it. The windows all need replaced, and you can see the skirting is not the greatest. It was not made for this particular tractor, so it's going to take a little bit of improvising. But it's got doors on each side, and I'll have to do a lot of tweaking on everything to make it fit. And so it's going to go down on top of this, but the issue is going to be there's no provision to in the door to be able to, or a hole there that you can stick your hand out to be able to run your controls, like your shoot direction. That, and then this lever over here is what raises and lowers the deck. So what I've got to come up with is a method to be able to lower and raise it, and I've been looking at it this morning a bit. I haven't really come up with anything yet. I think if I take these arms off, that I can get make some sort of a frame to come up and go across and go over and take that arm off and put a winch up on that frame, and then have that go right down to your chute. Weld a little hook on that of some sort so that I could fasten that winch on, and then just be able to raise and lower that that chute, or the blower itself, I guess. And I just don't know, because there's no way I can get that thing to work unless I leave the doors off, and then it's like, well, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. And even if you took the plastic out of the windows, it still wouldn't do you any good. And it's like the snow blows in and it's like you're right back to where you were. So anyway, that's kind of the deal. I wanted to work on the truck. I really did. I aired up the tires this morning. I had to move it because I had to get the snowblower was sitting back in there, and so I had to push it up onto the slab. And but I need to get this done so that I can put this thing back into storage. And this big thing doesn't take up a lot of, it takes up a lot of room, but I mean, I just don't have the room to spare, so I'm not going to wait until next fall to do it. So anyway, thought I would take you all along, and we will intermittently, I'll show some videos on what I'm doing. So stay tuned. Well, we got it kind of mocked up. I got it on. I had to wire this door shut. The other door, you can see the top, the gap is not quite right yet, but it gives me an idea of how this thing is going to sit on this mower. You can see down here there's a couple tabs that somebody has welded on. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking and putting a piece of angle iron, come off the back side of this fender, come down with a hole and drill in it. We'll mount that there because I've got to have room for that to get my gas cap. Okay. And then you come to the inside, and the issue is I got to get it high enough in the front so that I can open my hood. And there used to be, I'll show you from the front side here, there's Velcro that goes all the way around that opening. So I'll have to get some sort of material to put in there, and then I'll just run Velcro down it take these stupid wire ties off of there, and that way it'll seal that off. And yeah, the frame goes down. Right now I got supported with a block just to keep it level, but it'll probably go down and bolt into the side of the frame in that vicinity. But it gives you enough headroom. But you can see there's my controls. Now this one is just going to have to stay there, because I don't know any other way. I mean, there is, if you want to make a motor to turn this thing and then to be able to move the top down and up. Yeah, you can. It's a whole lot of horsing around. But the biggest thing is raising it up and down. And this arm, as you can see, is outside of the cab, which naturally it would be. But there's no way to get at it. Now, if the door opened the other direction, which even with that, you'd have to constantly open your door to get at your handle and pull it down. That would become annoying. I guess there is another option where you could probably cut a hole down through here, or at least down through here. Take this thing out, and with a flap that you could reach your hand out and grab it and pull it down. But I use that quite frequently. Pretty much every time you go forward and then you're going backwards, you have to lift it. So like I say, I would like to make some sort of maybe a frame if I can rig something. And I don't know. It's going to take some figuring to do that. Because I have a winch that works. Like I said, if I can mount a winch up in this vicinity somehow with a cable that went down to that blower, and then just pull it and be able to lift it up. I don't know. I don't know how I'm deuce to do that, really. Because you'd almost have to have that frame, because the frame down here is, this is the arm for the thrower, and then this is the other arm. So this is framework. So you'd have to make something come out and then come up and almost make it go at an angle. If you made that come up at an angle and then mount that winch so that it would pull straight up and down, that would be the way. But then you've got to be able to brace that angle back somehow. And this is just sheet metal. I don't think that would hold up at all. So those are going to be the issues to overcome. But anyway, just thought I'd let you see what it looks like when it sits on the tractor. And I like it. I like it. And to replace these busted out pieces, they make some thin plastic that is, I don't know if it's like for screen doors or what it is, but it's pretty flexible. And so what I'll do is I'll just cut this out of here and size up a piece that will go up, overlap this material, and then drill it, and then take like these wire ties and set it up there and put some sealant around it, some sort of caulk, and then drill your holes and wrap wire ties, every 2 holes. Or I saw another guy he riveted it on, and that might be a way to go too, with the pop rivets to be able to go through there. So one of the two, but that's not a big issue. I can take care of that. And but yeah, this front one's busted up pretty good. And the side window here is all busted up too. But they're all yellow. I mean, this thing's older than the hills. Back glass or piece is fine. I mean, there's no cracks. Well, there is a crack right there. Take that back. So, but you can't see out of it. So it's like it's going to be replaced. And this side door's got, it looks very similar to that one. The plastic in it anyway. But as you can see, I got plenty of room. And the doors swing open this way, so that makes it handy to get in and out. You can just open it up and slide in and bring it back. You latch it. You got these little latches right here. And you're protected from the weather. Of course, these last few winters, I think in the last 2 winters, I've used this thing 2 times. So that's the other issue, you know, you go through all this work and then it just sits in here. But there's been many days I've been out there blowing snow and had to wear a snowmobile helmet in order to keep the snow out of my face. And which, I mean, it works, but then you come in and you're covered with snow, and it would sure be nice to be able to climb on here just with a pair of coveralls and a hat. And I mean, it's not going to be heated by any means, but it'll just keep the snow off of you. And what I liked about this, it's got a fiberglass top. And it's not cracked, it's not boogered up on the corners anywhere. It's in really good shape. And that's what sold me. And you know, the kid wanted to get rid of it. He had it on a old Ford lawn tractor and sold the tractor, and so the guy that bought the tractor didn't want the cab. So he put this on Facebook. So like I said, I picked it up for 20 bucks. It was a pretty good deal. I mean, the framework's all there and stuff. It just needs to be rigged to fit. So, alright, bring you back when we got a little bit more.